Hello, you guys. Happy Monday. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how you can enroll consistently 1 to 2 to 3 clients per week with your automated high ticket funnel. I call it the automated lead funnel. But we're going to be talking about exactly how you can do that, how you can hit. It's the same process. So if you want to enroll 1 to 2 clients a week, or if you want to make 7 figures with this funnel, you can exactly do that. I've helped people do that and everything in between. So in today's video, I'm going to be breaking exactly how you can do that as a coach. Whether you're a high ticket coach, you're a course creator, or you're a done for you service provider, this exact automated lead funnel works. Okay. So if you're new here, my name's Latice Hudson, and I've been running ads and funnels since 2019. And I have to say, I'm pretty freaking good at it. So I'm just really excited. And one of the things that I like to coin is talking about how I take really complex ideas and make them really simple for the everyday coach or service provider to understand. So let's kind of get into it. There's going to be 3 main parts that we want to focus on. I don't have a whiteboard today, but I am going to be having that in my next few videos. But for now, just take copious notes and reflect back on this video when you need some insight and support. And my goal for you is to walk away to be able to implement this. So first things first, what we have to think about is we have to pick an offer that people actually want to buy. I think that it's really fundamental, but so many people skip and overthink the idea of having an offer that people A, want to buy, and then B, an offer that people actually can afford to buy, because those two audiences are not always the same. Yes, there's tons of people that want to lose weight, but that doesn't necessarily mean that everybody can't afford to lose weight in the ways that you're helping them based off of your value, your experience, your knowledge, your skill set. So we have to position our offers to a target audience that can afford to buy and wants to buy. Okay. I'll give you guys an example. A couple years ago, I was working with a client, and this client specifically was a career coach, and she wanted to help new college grads, specifically brand new college grads, land their first 6-figure job. I was like, that actual offer, helping a college grad or helping somebody in general land a 6-figure job, is an amazing offer, but it was not positioned correctly. Okay. Because I don't know about y'all, but I went to college. I graduated in 2015, which is crazy to say. That's almost 10 years ago. I graduated my bachelor's degree, but I was not in a position to go drop $5,000 after I just dropped $140,000 on college to spend it on something else. So what we did instead, right, when we think about positioning properly, we position that offer in front of entry-level managers that were looking to land a 6-figure job because they're already probably in college looking to get an advanced degree, or they're wanting more personal development, etc. So that person is more in a mindset to be able to want to invest in their ongoing education than somebody who just graduated college, who just spent, 50, 60, 70, $100,000 on college. They're not in the right mindset, right? Now, of course, there's, exceptions to the rule, but I don't want you guys walking around this planet trying to have exceptions to the rule all the time. Okay. So when in doubt, look at your audience and look at exactly like, are they more apt to buy? Are they willing to buy? Can they afford to buy? Right? Those are all the components that we need to think about. So with that specific client, we didn't have to completely change our entire offer. We just had to change who the offer was positioned for. And that's why positioning really matters, because at the end of the day, we could sit here and talk to people until they're, until they're blue in the face. But if they're not capable or able to buy, it doesn't matter. We don't want to meet our clients at a place where I always give this like scale of events. I look at like client buying power on a level of like 0 to 10, right? When I'm talking to a client that's at a level 1, right? Somebody like who's just becoming aware that they have a problem to solve, that person's going to take a lot more convincing to get to a level 10 or a level 5 when that person's already on the spectrum to be looking for a result, looking for a solution. So a lot of times, so many coaches and service providers get frustrated because they're spending all this time creating content to nurture, right? To show people that they actually have a problem that they want to solve. And they're having to get over these like hills of objections and, convincing to get people to buy. Instead, if we just talk to the person that was already like in the mindset wanting to buy and ready to make a change, it's going to be a lot easier to close that sale. And it's going to be a lot easier to lift than trying to convince somebody who's a level 1 to get to a level 10. Instead, we want to focus on those level 5, 6, 7 clients that are ready to solve a major problem and buy. Okay. So when we think about really being positioned to be able to enroll consistent clients every single week, we need to look at the market and see what are people already buying in masses, right? And then from there, based off of my unique skill set and my knowledge and my expertise, how can I specifically take that? How can I specifically take that and market it to a group of people that are willing and ready to buy? Period, right? Willing and ready to buy. I think way too often we are trying to reinvent the wheel when in reality, we don't need to reinvent the wheel. We just need to make the wheel a little bit better. Okay. So I think about the analogy with like cars or airplanes, like over the years, they get better and better and better. That's all that you get to do, right? That's all that you get to do and need to do. You don't need to do anything different. Make what's already existing in the market better, whether it's more automated, faster, simpler, quicker, it doesn't matter. But if you can create an offer improvement component to an existing offer that's already selling in the marketplace and make it your own, you're going to be positioned a lot better to be able to sell at a level that is going to allow you to enroll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new clients every single week inside of your offer. Okay. So the last example I can give there on offers before we kind of get into the next pieces of really consistent client enrollments is understanding that the better offer is going to win every single time, you guys. The better offer is always going to win. So when I think about right now, and I'm filming this in 2024, August 2024, is that we are all still going through, we've heard a lot about like the weight loss drugs, Ozempic and semaglutide and all those great things, right? I'm not saying I'm here for it or not for it. I'm not here. I've never taken any of that. I'm just making a point that offer was a spin on what has already been really popular, right? Weight loss has been around for I don't know how long, right? So being able, if you are like a dietitian or a medical doctor or whatever, and you're approved to be able to help clients with that, if you're able to add in semaglutide or Ozempic into your already existing health and fitness offer, that offer is an offer improvement. That is a better offer, period, right? So I just give that example because no wonder it's blown up in the last year and a half, is because people want to lose weight faster. It's not a if they want to, it's they want to. So if you have the skill set to identify those gaps in your market, right? Whatever it is, if you help people lose weight, if you help people with making money, if you help people improve their relationships, like if you can identify those gaps in the market and listen to the market to hear what they're saying they don't want to do, they're frustrated with doing, they're sick and tired of doing, and you have a better and improved way, you're going to win every single time with your offer. Okay. So that's what I have on offers, you guys. The last little part I want to touch base on with offers is pricing, because in order to get to, right, when I think about getting to that coveted 7-figure mark, right, it's so much easier to get there when you have an offer that's priced accordingly than trying to work backwards from an offer that's maybe like $500 or $1,000. It's going to take way longer to get to that 7-figure mark than if you just started with an offer that was between $5,000 and $10,000, because your climb to get to the top of that mountain is a lot shorter because you're creating more revenue per client. So you really want to focus on the average order volume, right, of how much like you're selling your client into, right? So for me, I always really try to focus my clients on selling an offer that's at least $3,000, but ideally I love for my clients to be between the $5,000 and $10,000 mark. And we work inside of Leads on Autopilot specifically, which is my signature program, to get the pricing right based off of your market, based off of your own confidence, your skill set, etc. But there is a method to the madness of pricing appropriately, so you don't drive people away, and then also people don't think that you're too cheap, because you don't want that either, right? When we're selling something that's more of a luxury, which is a more higher ticket coaching package, we've got to price it accordingly based to the market, based off of your revenue goals and profit goals, and also based off of what will people buy, right? What do people find value in? So if you have a better offer, they're going to value it more. If it can get them results faster, quicker, etc., they're going to be willing to pay for that. So inside of Leads on Autopilot, we talk about that. So check the link of the description of this video for more information on how to work with us inside of Leads on Autopilot. Okay, so that's the first part, is offers. Now let's kind of jump into the actual funnel process, because honestly, everybody loves to like skip over offers, but it's super important. But we're going to jump into the funnel portion of this, because the funnel portion is what actually is really going to like be your marketing and sales machine. Your offer is like the foundation of your house, right? If you don't have a foundation of your house is going to crumble. So regardless of how many ads you run, how many funnels you run, how much visibility you have, how much you spend on ads, it doesn't matter if your offer is trash. Okay. So you have to have the foundation of your offer correct. And that's what we focus heavily on in phase 1 inside of Leads on Autopilot. All right. So next part is really talking about the funnel. So let's kind of break down the funnel and what a funnel means, how it works, why it's super important. So your funnel, simply put, you guys, is a customer journey. All a funnel is, right? All a funnel is a customer journey to take a customer who just found you or a client who just found you, that's a complete stranger, to understanding that you can solve their problem, to inviting them to work with you and take the next step. The issue with traditional marketing and sales, right, and the online space specifically, is that we have all these people preaching, you don't need a funnel, you don't need this, you don't need that, you just need to post content every single day. Well, here's the issue with that, you guys. If you are solely relying on posting content every single day, there are some inherent issues with that. Content is not designed necessarily, depending on where you're posting it, which most people in my audience are on Instagram. Instagram specifically, unless you're like using Reels, Instagram specifically is not designed for it to be found, right? It's not searchable content. You can't go necessarily on Instagram and type how to do XYZ. They're getting better at that, but Instagram is not a social platform. When Instagram was created so many years ago now, over a decade ago, Instagram was created as a photo platform, and it still very much has photo platform capabilities. It is not meant for you to just be able to find new content. So instead of us relying, right, and it's more advanced now because we can scroll, we have Reels, we have, the Explore page, so it's way better than it used to be. But here's the thing that I need you guys to understand is that when you're just posting content, it's like you're sitting in a room in the dark, right? With closed windows, no air ventilation. That's what it's like, right? Your content can't breathe when you're just posting because there is no strategy behind it. It's not being found. And no wonder you're frustrated because you're like, I'm getting crickets. No, I'm not getting engagement. I've been saying this for months. Organic reach is in the pits of hell, and that's not your fault, right? These social media platforms, you guys, just to have a good understanding, social media platforms, like they have to make revenue, right? So they don't make revenue off of you just posting for free. They make revenue off of advertisers advertising on their platform, which is a win, right? We are all, whether you want to call yourself or not, you are an advertiser, right? And that's what you do. That's how you grow a business. You have to advertise. So Facebook and Instagram and even TikTok now, YouTube, a bunch of these platforms, in order for them to make revenue, right, and lots of it, they create ad space on their platforms. So little old you and me, right? We ain't little, but compared to like the Nikes and the Targets of the world, like we have very extremely tiny ad budgets compared to them. Some of them spending like $500,000, $1 million a day on ads. It's insane, right? We have smaller budgets, right? Much smaller, but it's so nice because we can actually take up space on these platforms and reach our target audience. Because what happens when you're scrolling now, right? There's placements in the feed where ads will come up. Okay. So when I think about guaranteeing the idea, how can we guarantee that we're actually going to get reached? You can't guarantee yourself getting reached by just posting every day. Because we all know some days you're feeling like a rock star, you got tons of likes, tons of engagement. And then other days it's cricket. It's not because the next day your content was trash. It's not because you are inconsistent. For a lot of you, you're very consistent with your content, but the issue is it's not being found. So how do we fix that, right? We go to these platforms, specifically Instagram, because that's my favorite platform currently to run ads on. We leverage Instagram ads specifically to drive new eyeballs to the content that we're already creating, right? So this is traffic. We're driving traffic. So instead of us sitting in a dark room with the windows closed and our eyes shut, that's what it feels like when we just post content on these platforms with no way for people to find us. We listen to these social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, what have you, right? We pick one, which over here, I mostly talk about Instagram. We pick one platform and we give them a little bit of money, right? We give them a little bit of money, whether it's 10, 20, 30, $50 a day. And we are now guaranteed to get our content seen, get our offer seen. It's not even just about getting our content seen. It's about actually getting our offer seen, because at the end of the day, content's cute and fun and all those great things, but content isn't necessarily what's going to get your offer seen, right? You have to get your offer seen. A checkout page, an invitation to book a call, whatever your sales mechanism is. I'm going to talk about that in a second as far as like our specific funnel and how we've been able to make well over 7 figures online. But in order for people to buy, you have to present them with an offer. Right now, your content is being suppressed because social media doesn't have to show it, right? They don't have to show your content. And they've come out and said they ain't going to unless you pay up. Okay. So that's what I need you guys to understand. Like, I always give this analogy too. It's not really an analogy, it's a point of reference. But if you could spend $25 a day on DoorDash, you have plenty of money for ads. And that's just the honest fact, right? I know people are like, oh my gosh, money for ads, da 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 da. It just seems like a big undertaking. But like, why are we so okay? Why are we so okay with spending hours and hours and hours creating content, which there's nothing wrong with that. You guys, I'm creating content right now. There's nothing wrong with creating content. You'll never hear me say don't create content. But why are we so okay spending hours of our precious time, that's a finite resource, creating content, when we could actually spend 20, 15, $30 a day to get that what we've already spent hours on, getting that shown to more people that just need to solve their problem, right? Why can't we have both? Right. So I'm all for the camp. There's already so many people pushing create more content. That's never going to be me. I'm not going to ever say create more and more and more. I am going to say spend a little bit more so you can make a lot more. Right. Because at the end of the day, when I think about thinking like wealthy people and how wealthy people think in what can I spend so that I don't have to spend my time. Because remember, you guys, time is a finite resource. It's not renewable. We only have so much. We don't know how much we have. We only have so much money. We have billionaires walking on this planet. There's virtually an unlimited amount of money available, okay, for us, right? So I need you guys to start thinking about where you're like prioritizing and how you're looking at building your business, right? If you only have time and you don't have money, then you have to spend the time. You have to send the DMs. You have to post the content. You've got to network. You've got to collab. You've got to do all those things. There's nothing else around it. But if you have the ability to spend $10, $15, $25 a day, right, then you have the ability to get in front of your target audience faster, which when you can get in front of your target audience faster, that means that you can make sales faster because you're solving their problem faster. And that's the goal in 2024 and beyond. Okay. So ads are the key to getting your content seen in a guaranteed way. Just posting there's no guarantee with that anymore, right? It's guaranteed that when you spend money with Facebook, Meta owns Facebook and Instagram. When you spend money with this platform, it's guaranteed that your content will be seen. Now, I'm not saying it's guaranteeing sales. That's two very different things, but it's guaranteeing that you're going to get reach in some sort of engagement. Okay. Right now, there's a whole nother layer, right, of being able to make sales. But that's why when you have your offer and your messaging done properly, by the time that you put fuel to the fire, right, it's just like putting fuel inside of a gas tank, right? It goes. Okay. It simply goes. Now, there is another part to the funnel that I want to quickly talk about. And that has to deal with the idea that we have the offer in place, we have something to sell, right? So that's the first thing. We have an offer that's priced between $5,000 and $10,000. Now we have ads. We are able to turn on ads that are actually going to drive in the most targeted audience to our offers. Okay. And if you just need help with ads, I have a workshop called Ads That Convert. And I'll put that in the link of this video. If you just need ads, it's a 2-hour workshop. It's great. It walks you through how to set up super simple Instagram ads. So you can buy that self-study. But we now have ads, but here's the disconnect where most people, most coaches, service providers go wrong, is that they think that all they need is ads and an offer, right? We have to remember that when we are meeting strangers, right, they have to be able to understand if we can solve their problem. If they have to sift through, you guys, 100 pieces of Instagram content to figure that out, you are not talking to your highest level buyer. You're not. If they have to go through 100 or even 50 pieces of your content to figure out if you can help them, you are not clear enough, you are not concise enough, and you don't have a sales system that's running 24/7 that takes everybody through the same process. So instead of doing that, we install a funnel, right? So ads are a part of a funnel, but ads can operate independently of a funnel. What I'm here showing all of my clients and all of you guys is that if you want the full process in place, you've got to have this funnel. So let's kind of quickly talk through what this funnel is going to do. Like I said earlier, all it is a customer journey. So you have ads. Then the next part of this is, instead of us focusing on building out hundreds and hundreds of pieces of content, right, and feeling like we got to post 2-3 times a day, we got to, all that other stuff, ask for people to share our stuff. We don't need to do all that. Instead, we're going to figure out what is our unique proprietary process. How do we get a client a result from A to Z, right? How do we get our client results from A to Z? Once you have that figured out and you can clearly articulate that, I want you to put that and wrap that up into one piece of automated content. Okay. And I usually do this in 3 phases. It's like a phase 1, a phase 2, a phase 3. And it's inside of one piece of content. Now, over here, we call it a mini course. You may have heard it called in the past a video sales letter or a webinar, but it's actually not a video sales letter and it's not a webinar. Traditional video sales letters and webinars, they feel very salesy, right? They feel very salesy. They feel very like that's not really solving a problem. It's just like, basically it feels like buy my thing, right? With our process, our mini course process, our automated content that we do, essentially what it is, like I said, it's distilling down exactly how you're going to get your clients results, right? So it's like saying, hey, objective A is this, objective B is this, objective C is this. And that's what we're doing inside of the mini course. So it's educational, but it's also using and infused with like really ethical sales psychology that gets people to A, build rapport with you really quickly because they feel connected to your story. B, it's also helping them learn about who you are and how you can help them. And then C, it's also helping them, it's starting to handle objections. All objections are, you guys, in the sales process is just answering questions, right? And then the really big final part of this is inviting them to take the next step to work with you, okay? So this automated content is one video. It's usually anywhere between 15 to 25 minutes, right? Inside of Leads on Autopilot, my signature offer where I work with you one-to-one to do this at this time, right? Inside of Leads on Autopilot, my team and I work with you guys one-to-one to do this, and we have proven templates and all of that. But Leads on Autopilot, essentially what we're teaching you with this automated content inside of the funnel is we're teaching you exactly how to craft it in a way that does all those things I just mentioned. It's builds rapport, creates connections, handles objections, handles demonstrating your process, and then inviting your client to the next step. Okay. You've got to hit all 5 of those points in this mini course or this automated content. If not, it will not convert. Right. And when I say it won't convert, it will not lead to people DMing you, how can I work with you, or applying or booking calls or whatever it is that you do. It won't lead to that. So you have to do it in a very specific way. And that specific way is what we teach you inside of Leads on Autopilot. Okay. So once you have this automated content, you record it, you use some sales psychology in an ethical way. And then what's really great is that's like the base of your funnel. Okay. Once you have that piece of content, it's running 24/7, 365. So every time somebody finds you, right? This is a key, you guys. You need one streamlined way, one, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 7, one streamlined way that when your ideal client finds you through your Instagram ad, right? Now you're going to send them to this free automated content that they're going to watch. Because when we think about your highest level client, and I've heard like champagne client or your dream client or whatever you want to call client, your best level client, they have a problem to solve, you guys. They're not just like keying around, just twiddling their thumbs, being like, I'd love to just drop 10 grand a day, right? They're like, I'm willing to spend the money to solve my problem, period. Whatever it is that you help people with, maybe it's healing trauma, maybe it's, increasing their intimacy in their marriage. It doesn't matter as long as it's tangible. People are willing to spend money in the health, wealth, and relationship sectors, right? If you're solving a problem in those niches and you have a unique vehicle, once you install this funnel, right, you are going to be able to speak to your client at a very high level. And here's the other thing too, you guys. I feel like 98% of your competition is going to be unwilling to do this because they have a belief that it just has to be hard. So when you fall into that 1 or 2% and you're like, actually, I'm going to streamline my process because I'm not here to key and frolic around. I'm here to help people make decisions, because that's what you are as a coach. You're helping people make decisions. You're not making them for them. You're not forcing anybody to buy your offers or programs. You're here empowering them with the tools and the knowledge and the information that they need to make the best decision for them. That is the best type of sales process that anybody could have. Okay. So with this automated content, it's one video, you guys. It's running in the background and in the foreground, 24/7, 365. It's always available. From there, the next step of this, right? Now you have this content nailed down. Every time a lead finds you, every single time a new lead finds you on your Instagram ad, right? You're going to send them through this process. Last part of this is your sales mechanism. Now, here's the thing, you guys. I don't do sales calls and I haven't done them in 4 years. I don't do them. I don't like them. I don't think they're bad. You'll never hear me say sales calls are bad. I just don't like them. So we have a way that Essentially, we take people from finding us on an Instagram ad to watching that piece of automated content. And if they feel called in that automated content, I'm asking them, if you feel called to be able to start generating leads on autopilot, you're ready to do this, you want a proven system, you want us to install it in your business, then click here to apply to work with us. We use an application process because A, it is exclusive. We do not take everybody. B, it's important that we have an application process in place so that we can track our leads. From a tracking standpoint, we need to know exactly where everybody's at in the funnel, right? And then the other part of this is that we want to make sure that just as much as they want to work with us, we want to work with them. Okay. A lot of coaches and service providers get it a little twisted because they think that they got to take everything coming to them. You don't. When you have volume, when you have leads coming in consistently, you have the freedom and flexibility to pick and choose who you work with. And that is going to lead you to the best clients, right? Because all money is not good money. So we really want to filter people down to make sure that we can actually help them and be that they're a good fit, right? So when you have this process in place, it's kind of like may the best person win, right? At the end of it. Because when you think about an actual funnel, right at the top, you got the most amount of people. I wish I had my whiteboard. At the top, you have the most amount of people, and at the bottom, you have the least, right? But the least is like the gems, the people that are ready to change their lives, ready to make a decision, ready to get coaching, ready to get mentorship, ready to take action. And then they're going to pay the investment to do so. Okay. So we don't do sales calls. We sell everybody through our unique process, through the DMs and through email. And that's our funnel, you guys. And that's what we've been able to do well over 7 figures with. And a lot of our clients have done 6, high 5, multiple 6, 7 figures, like crushing it. Okay. So here's the thing, you guys, at the end of the day, if you take anything away from this video today, I need you to understand that the best thing that you can do for your business right now, whether you're a coach, a course creator, or a service provider, online service provider that sells a premium package that's $2,500, $3,000 or more, right, is understand that if you want to live a life of freedom, you have to have a marketing and sales system that supports that, right? Because at the end of the day, your values have to align with where you're going and not where you've been. So if your values are, I value freedom, maybe you value spending time with your kids, maybe you value being able to take every Friday off. If you are relying on your own energy every single day to post content 2, 3, 4, 5 times a day, right? Because even posting content once a day is not, if you're doing the content game, you've got to do volume at every level. So if you're going to do volume with content, you've got to post content multiple times per day. It's not, you can't just post content one time a day or a couple times a week if you're only relying on content. And with ads, right, you are able to have that consistency because you're spending a little bit of money. You're doing what you want content to do for you, but you're spending 10, 15, 20, 30, $50 a day. And that's doing the job for you. So you can be out taking a first class trip to the beach or relaxing on your couch. Or me, I have a chronic illness. So half of the month I'm out for the count and I'm not worried about it because I have my funnel and my ads supporting my business, my team members, and new clients that are looking for me. So to wrap this up, you guys, at the end of the day, right, if your job and your call and your purpose in this life is to create impact, then you should be doing whatever it is in your current capacity and power to make that happen. Because every single day, your ideal client wakes up with a problem to solve. You are a problem solver as a coach. You're not here to just be just only holding the space, right? Coaching, you can hold the space, you can do all those things, but you've got to have an offer that people want and can afford to buy, right? And you have to position it into a market and a target audience that can do that, right? You get to choose that based off of your skill set. You don't have to, right? When I think about traditional like marketing and stuff, I think about like companies like Walmart, like they thrive off of like low prices. You don't have to be the Walmart. You can be the Chanel. You can be Amazon came in. Amazon's not the cheapest, but they're the fastest, right? So look at in your market, what's going to separate you from that other health and fitness coach. Maybe you are really good at like, maybe you're qualified to help people. Like the root cause of actual weight gain is maybe you think it's hormones, or not think, but you know it's hormones. So instead of just helping people lose weight, maybe you're a hormone coach, right? Instead of just helping people, maybe you're a relationship coach. Instead of focusing on helping people just fix their relationships to find their husband, maybe you niche down to help women over 40, right? After divorce, find love again, right? There's so many different ways. And inside of Leads on Autopilot, we help you figure this out. What's going to make you unique? There's so many different levers that we can pull because we do this all day, every day, you guys. So we help you figure that out. So by the time you get ready to launch your ads in your funnel, you are different enough in the marketplace that people are like, wow, this is exactly what I need. It was a sign when I saw your ad. I need everything that you got. How can you help me? Right? You want people literally like damn near throwing their credit card at you, trying to work with you. Okay. So at the end of it, when you have an automated sales process and automated marketing system in place, you're not guessing, right? You're not having to post content 3-4 times a day. You're not having to live launch. You're not having to do sales calls. You're not having to convince people. You're not having to sell, your whole mind, body, soul just to get people to buy anymore. You actually have a consistent, repeatable, reliable way to bring people to you, for them to be nurtured by you, and for you to sell to them. Because the only way that you grow a business is by having leads, having an offer, and having a way to sell to them. If that's not happening every single day in your business, you will fail. And I don't want you to fail, because you're too brilliant, you're too smart, you have too much knowledge to sit around and let, simply because you don't know how to get leads, hold you back. Okay. So all in all, the reason why this funnel system works so well is because it actually aligns with your core value of freedom. Because if you are any lead or client or audience member of mine, you know that freedom is one of my highest values, right? Freedom and love are my two highest values, right? And I love the people that I work with, and I want them to find out about me. So I will let an automated system do that for me. The other part of this too, really quickly, is the idea that, and I always use this analogy like an assembly line, right? Why, I'm using my iPhone right now, but why can an iPhone be produced this pretty much the same way every single time? Because it goes to an assembly line and you get the same quality product on the end. So when I was thinking about funnels and like that process, that's really what a funnel is. It's like an assembly line, but for digital marketing and for coaching and selling. So when you have the same system that every single client or lead goes through, you ultimately pretty much end up with the same quality client and similar results at the end of it. So right now, you can't gauge how well you're doing because you're posting all types of content all the time. So you don't actually really know from an analytics standpoint. You can look in the analytics to figure out what content's performing the best or whatnot, but at some point you've said all that you have to say. So instead of having to repeat yourself, get it automated so that when somebody finds you, that's where they go first. And then the rest of your content that you want to post, you post it because you get to, not because you have to, right? So think about the assembly line analogy. If you want the same quality results, same quality product or outcome, AKA new client enrollments and sales, then you need to have this assembly line or the sales machine in place and marketing machine in place so that you are able to consistently bring in new people into your world every single day. Okay, you guys, if you take anything away from this video, focus on the power of one offer, one funnel, one platform, one target audience to 1 million. And when you do that, your whole world will change. Okay. I absolutely adore you guys. I hope this video was helpful. Send me a DM over on Instagram if you have any questions. But I will drop the links to Ads That Convert, my little workshop, in the description box below. And then also Leads on Autopilot is our signature offer where my team and I will work with you one-to-one to help you install our proprietary automated lead funnel system that has helped generate millions and millions of dollars of revenue for our clients and ourselves. And we're just so floored about it. And we want the whole world to know about it. So if you're a coach, an online expert, a course creator, or a done-for-you service provider, and you're ready to go to the next level, check out Leads on Autopilot below. So hope you guys had an amazing day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.